Hello, this is Marky Mark, and this video is going to be about using a weapon that you never thought you would use before. This is a Stone Reven SpearZon. Um, you ever find that weapon when you're playing in Hell difficulty? It's an elite item, it's a unique, but it's just not good. And you're like, why do we even have this? To play in Hell difficulty, you typically need some kind of rune ward weapon or just something that boosts your skill power. But today, I found this a while ago playing on my Season 10 starter, an Assassin, Stone Raven. And I decided I've found this thing enough times since I've been playing this game that I'm going to use it this time. And I'm not sure how the rolls are on it. I didn't look it up, but it is quality level 72. So as far as I'm concerned, I think it can only drop in Hell difficulty. And I don't know if we're going to be able to clear Act 5, maybe not even the Chaos Sanctuary. The rest of my gear is not super great, but we're going to try it. And I already socketed it, put an enhanced damage jewel in it. So I've got a little bit more enhanced damage. And yeah, I feel like the game was supposed to be designed for these unique weapons you find laying around in Hell to actually get some use out of them. So we're going to play through Hell difficulty and quest as though we found this on another character and are trying to make it through Hell with the SpearZon. And for my other gear, I do have one rune ward item on this character, a Treachery Cuirass. Easiest way to get a limb rune, collect some perfect gems, you probably trade for like 2 limb runes or a pole rune if you get 40 perfect gems. So I made the Treachery and a Cuirass because that's what I found. I have a Talrash's helmet with an enhanced damage jewel in it. Nice little amulet that I also found playing on the Assassin. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to make a SpearZon and use this nice amulet. The same boots that were on my starting Assassin, upgraded to a bone weave boots because we had a kick assassin that was using these boots. Just an upped night smoke belt to get the 4 rows of potions. Raven Frost so we can't be frozen. Pretty important. Nice little Dwarf Star ring for some extra life and some magic damage reduction against elemental attacks and fire absorb. Laying of Hands, but you can't really replace a Laying of Hands because the damage to demons is really good. Also gives me more increased attack speed. We got 20 there. 45 on the armor, so this weapon without any increased attack speed is actually pretty quick now. Yeah, so that's my gear. The charms are all life charms, faster run walk, resistances. Somewhere there's resistances. Poison resistance, lightning resistance, lightning resistance, poison resistance. And if you look at my resistances right now, they're, besides poison, which isn't super important when you have lifesteal, but all the other ones are pretty much above 50. That's thanks to the spear that we're using. And then once we proc fade, they should cap out and we'll get some physical damage reduction. I could not get my hands on a string of ears for extra damage reduction. And if you look in the trade or the public game area for Nintendo Switch, it's pretty much dried up. This Season 10 started on, I think, March 7th, and it's not even the end of April, and there's only like one public game, so I don't think we're going to be able to do any more trading. I think everyone's already moved on to other games or stopped playing and got bored of it. But I do have a couple of other characters lined up with enough gear to support them. We'll be playing those as well. Maybe I'll post some videos of those too. The Mercenary, I did just use the cube recipe to actually get 3 sockets and a loricated mail. Made him a Treachery as well. He's got a Bulwark. And the weapon's really good. I found an Ethereal 5-socket Thresher, made it into an Obedience. So we're not getting any aura off of his weapon. No curse off of his weapon. But we do have Holy Freeze, which should help us with the melee if we get surrounded, so the enemies aren't moving and attacking as fast. And he's just got really good survivability because he's got a high damage ethereal weapon, increased attack speed from the treachery, and just a little bit of lifesteal and more damage reduction. So his point is just to survive and give the holy freeze aura, basically. And he does have crushing blow, which is kind of nice against the bosses. Yeah, so he's just there to give us his aura and crushing blow. And my gear, like I said, not the best gear, but we'll see what happens. The spear is the main thing. We got to make up for having a weapon that's not that great. If you look at my damage, Finn does 1600 to 2500, but pretty much every monster in hell difficulty has a lot of physical resistance, which is a problem. But we do have critical strike, which helps. I'll show you the skills. I only put 1 in the jab because you're only using that on like 1 or 2 monsters. So it's not super important to have a really good jab, I don't think. You could put more points into jab. We don't have an ethereal indestructible weapon, so we only put 1 into impale. Max fend, that's our primary attack. And against the physical immunes, we're just going to use the maxed out charge strike with a few synergy points into power strike. And I've already went in the areas of Act 1 that have those little ghosts that are immune to physical, and it seems to be enough lightning damage to take care of those guys. And that's actually where I decided to show my gameplay at. I'm going to go in the tower, the Forgotten Tower in the Black Marsh. There's some archers in there that are pretty heavy hitting on the physical damage, and we're not ranged, so we have to get close to them. Could be a little bit of a challenge. And the ghosts, of course, we run into elite packs of ghosts. They can be hard to take down, and they can wreak havoc on your mercenary, but we'll see how that goes. For the passives, I put base 7 into critical strike, so we have a 51% chance of critical strike. Just 1 into penetrate, just to get a little bit extra attack rating. 40% chance on dodge, 5 points there. 48% chance on avoid, 5 points there. 3 points into evade for 34% chance. And then just a Valkyrie that we're going to be resummoning a lot. But surprisingly, the Valkyrie's been doing pretty good because she gets synergy bonuses from every hard point you put into evade, avoid, and dodge. So she's been holding up pretty well alongside the pretty durable mercenary. Yeah, so let's just go in the Black Marsh and find the tower. So right now, I've already done some Act 1-ing. Just killed Andariel. But I decided I was going to do gameplay in the tower and walk around here just to give you a... Listen, guys, let's kill those guys. Nothing super difficult in Act 1, as can be expected, compared to the other acts. But I decided I would go in the tower, if I can find it. Maybe I should have prepped that and found it. Oh, there it is right there. And we only have 972 life, which is real bad. But we are only level 68. So as we level up, the rest of the points will be going into Vitality. And yeah, Act 1 is not super difficult, but that's where we're starting. And hopefully this weapon will take us all the way to the end of the game. We attack pretty fast, which is kind of nice. There's some ghosts. We'll hide behind the mercenary. Level 20 charge strike seems to be enough to handle those. And obviously with a Stone Raven, you're not gonna want to do much past soloing because your damage just isn't going to be great. But on Nintendo Switch, I find myself soloing a lot because there's not a lot of people playing and there's not a lot of public games. And this is a Saturday night, by the way. One of the best nights for Saturday night's one of the best nights for playing on Nintendo Switch. That's when most people are playing when they are. But yet, it's Saturday night and it's all dried up. It's about not even 10 o'clock yet, which I'm on the East Coast, so on the West Coast it'd be like 7, I guess, and no one's playing. I guess everyone's done for Ladder Season 10. Which means no more trading. So what I got is what I got to work with for the rest of these characters I plan on playing. Trading is bad enough as it is on Nintendo Switch. Just not enough player base to have stuff floating around on the market. That's why I went with the more budget options on all my characters from this season. Because I realized, you know, a couple ladder seasons ago, there were more people playing, and it was a little bit easier to get high runes and stuff like that. But at this point, if you're playing on Nintendo Switch, I guess you could come over and... I guess you could come over and play on Nintendo Switch from PC, because it is cross-platform. But yeah, I like playing on Nintendo Switch because I can just kind of sit in a chair and a recliner and not have to sit in front of a computer. And it's just kind of nice, I don't know. I mean, back in the day I played on PC a lot. You also can't talk to people on Nintendo Switch. There's no, like, voice chat or anything like that. All you got is this emoticon wheel here. I guess because it's a family gaming device or console. That also makes trading more difficult because it's harder to communicate with people you want to trade with. I mean, yeah, use some potions is not so bad, but we got Fade now. Yeah, Act 1, not super difficult. Once I switched over my gear when I got out of Nightmare, it wasn't difficult. I tried playing in Hell with my gear from Nightmare. That didn't work out so good. But I just wanted to get to the level 64 to wear the spear. And it took a while to get to high enough level to wear the spear. But... we rushed through Nightmare with horrible gear and just tried to get to the point where we could get to Hell mode and start filming some videos. Yeah, but as you can see, this is going pretty smooth. I used some potions, but like I said, Act 1 pretty easy. My gear's not horrible. Weapon's not great, but seems to be working. And yeah, level 5, here we come. See if we got any more ghosts. Nintendo Switch is also only a max of 4 players, so I feel like you don't need all the really, really high-end gear to play in a 4-player game because the monsters don't have as much life. It's about half as much life as an 8-player game, and they also do less damage to you. It's kind of nice because you can play on some kind of wonky builds when you're playing and build things that aren't normally that great, that don't have as much of a higher ceiling as far as power level, and kind of just play some kind of rogue builds, I guess you could say. And you don't need as good a gear. But yeah, if I was gonna play this in a public game, I would probably want the Breath of the Dying for the weapon. Yeah, so that was the tower. I hope you liked the video. This was part 1 of the Stone Raven SpearZon, and part 2 we'll go into Act 2, maybe do some tombs or something. And yeah, thanks for watching.